Breaking news Peru. This week in Peru, several major political and economic developments are unfolding. First, the government has urged companies to prioritize remote work and encouraged schools and universities to move temporarily to virtual classes. The measure comes amid an ongoing energy crisis after a rupture in the Camisea gas system, which forced authorities to ration natural gas nationwide. The goal is simple: reduce commuting and transportation to save fuel while the supply system is restored. At the same time, the government announced emergency subsidies to cushion the impact of the crisis. Taxi drivers who converted their vehicles to natural gas will receive financial assistance to help cover the loans they took to install the system. Meanwhile, the FIS voucher, which helps low-income families buy cooking gas cylinders, will increase from 20 to 30 sols to help households deal with rising energy costs. However, another government decision has sparked controversy. Authorities have authorized the purchase of 24 fighter jets for the Peruvian Air Force under a military secrecy mechanism. The program could cost around $3.5 billion, and critics argue that approving such a large defense purchase during an energy crisis and rising living costs raises serious questions about national priorities. Finally, earlier this week, former Interior Minister Daniel Aresti was released from prison after Peru's Constitutional Court annulled his 12-year sentence for the 1988 murder of journalist Hugo Bustillos. The court ruled that the case had expired under the statute of limitations. The decision has triggered strong debate. Under international law, serious human rights crimes are generally considered not to expire. However, Peru's Congress recently approved legislation allowing certain crimes committed during the internal conflict to prescribe. Critics argue that the law was designed to protect members of the military and police accused of abuses during the fight against terrorism. These developments highlight the political tensions Peru is facing as the country navigates economic pressure, institutional controversies, and an approaching electoral cycle. For more information, follow us